Deep in the frozen wilderness, a shadow moves silently between the trees. No bark, no warning, just glowing eyes locked onto prey. This is the wolf, built by nature to hunt, to survive, to kill. For thousands of years, wolves ruled forests, mountains, and frozen plains with terrifying efficiency. But in one remote region of the world, there exists a dog so fearless, so powerful, that even wolves hesitate before attacking. The Kangal, a livestock guardian bred not for play, not for tricks, but for war against predators. This dog doesn't chase sticks, it chases wolves. And when these two beasts finally meet face to face, what actually happens? Who dominates the battlefield? Who backs down? Who survives? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most terrifying animal confrontations imaginable. Wolf versus Kangal. And trust me, the ending is far more shocking than most people think. Before we begin, hit subscribe, because the animal kingdom is far more brutal than Hollywood will ever show you. Now, let's enter the wild. To understand this battle, you first need to understand the wolf. Not the movie version, not the fairy tale monster. The real wolf, a creature engineered by evolution for survival. Wolves are not random attackers. Everything about them is calculated. Their hearing is so sharp they can detect movement from incredible distances. Their noses can track prey miles away. And unlike many predators, wolves don't rely on raw strength alone. They rely on strategy. That's what makes them terrifying. A wolf pack hunts like a military unit. One distracts, another circles, another attacks from behind. They exhaust prey psychologically before killing physically. And when hunger takes over, even massive animals like elk, deer, and wild boars become targets. But here's what many people don't realize. A lone wolf is very different from a wolf pack. Alone, a wolf becomes cautious, more calculating. Because one serious injury in the wild can mean death. And that's exactly why facing a Kangal becomes dangerous. Because the Kangal is not prey. It's resistance. And wolves hate resistance. Imagine a predator used to controlling fear suddenly facing an animal that refuses to panic. That changes everything. The wolf studies movement carefully. Every step, every sound, every weakness. But against a Kangal, weakness is hard to find. And the longer the wolf stares, the more dangerous the situation becomes. Now let's talk about the beast standing on the other side. The Kangal. Originating from Turkey, this isn't an ordinary dog. For centuries, Kangals were bred to guard livestock against predators like wolves, jackals, and even bears. That means one thing. This dog was literally created for these encounters. And the numbers are insane. A male Kangal can weigh over 140 pounds. Its body is thick with muscle. Its neck is protected by dense fur and loose skin, making it harder for predators to land fatal bites. But the most legendary feature? Its bite force. The Kangal is often considered to have one of the strongest bite forces of any domestic dog on Earth. And when it bites, it doesn't let go easily. But strength alone isn't what makes the Kangal terrifying. It's courage. Most animals fear wolves instinctively. Kangals don't. In many villages, a single Kangal may stand between an entire flock and a pack of predators. Imagine that pressure. Pitch black night, frozen wind, and glowing eyes surrounding the sheep. Most dogs would panic. The Kangal advances. And that changes everything. Because wolves are experts at identifying weakness. But Kangals project dominance, confidence, aggression. And sometimes, that alone is enough to stop an attack before it even begins. Farmers have trusted these dogs for generations because they know something most people don't. A true guardian dog is willing to die protecting what's behind it. That level of instinct is terrifying.
Now, imagine the encounter. A cold night. Silence covers the mountains. A flock of sheep huddles together in fear. Then suddenly, the Kangal hears something. A movement. Far away. Its ears rise instantly. Its posture changes. The guardian is awake. From the darkness, a wolf emerges. Thin, hungry, focused. The wolf studies the flock carefully. But then, it notices the dog, and everything changes. Because wolves understand danger. Contrary to popular belief, wolves don't love fair fights. They prefer easy victories. The moment a wolf realizes the Kangal is alert, massive, and willing to fight, the situation becomes complicated. Now it's not hunting anymore. Now it's risk assessment. And in the wild, risk can be fatal. A broken jaw, a torn leg, one infected wound, that's death. So the wolf circles carefully, testing, looking for fear, looking for hesitation. But the Kangal doesn't retreat. It steps forward, slowly, deliberately, almost like it's saying, "You're not taking anything tonight." And this psychological battle can last minutes, sometimes hours, because often the real winner is decided before the first bite ever happens. The tension becomes unbearable. Neither animal blinks. Neither animal relaxes. One is trying to invade. The other is refusing to surrender. And in that moment, the wilderness becomes completely silent. Now, let's talk about the part everyone waits for. What if neither backs down? What if the wolf attacks? The fight becomes explosive instantly. The wolf relies on speed and precision. It targets weak points: legs, neck, throat. The Kangal relies on overwhelming force and defense. It uses its massive body like a shield. One terrifying reality about Kangals is their pain tolerance. These dogs were bred for combat situations. They don't panic easily under pressure. And unlike many domestic dogs, the Kangal fights with purpose. But wolves are unbelievably agile. Faster direction changes, sharper instincts, greater stamina in prolonged combat. A lone wolf may attempt hit-and-run attacks, trying to wear the Kangal down slowly. Meanwhile, the Kangal tries to close distance and overpower the wolf completely. And here's the terrifying truth. One clean bite from either animal can end the fight. This isn't a movie. There are no referees in nature. No second chances. Only survival. The sounds alone would be horrifying. Growls echoing through the darkness. Teeth crashing together. Snow exploding beneath their feet. Pure violence. Pure instinct. And the scariest part? Neither animal truly wants the fight. But both are willing to finish it.
Now here's where things get truly fascinating. In many real-world cases, wolves actually avoid Kangals whenever possible. That surprises many people, because wolves are apex predators, but they are also intelligent survivors. And history shows that Kangals have successfully protected livestock from wolf attacks for generations. In some regions, just hearing the bark of a Kangal is enough to make predators rethink approaching. That doesn't mean the Kangal always wins. Far from it. A pack of wolves changes everything. Multiple wolves attacking together can overwhelm almost any dog. Even a powerful Kangal can struggle against coordinated pack tactics. But against a single wolf, the Kangal becomes one of the few dogs on Earth capable of standing its ground confidently. And that reputation alone has made the breed legendary. Some wolves have learned from experience that challenging a guardian dog can end badly. And predators never forget dangerous encounters. That's why many confrontations end without direct combat. Because survival in nature isn't about ego, it's about living long enough to hunt another day.
But this battle reveals something deeper. The wolf fights to survive. The Kangal fights to protect. That changes the psychology completely. A wolf can retreat. A guardian often cannot. Because behind the Kangal, there's something depending on it. Sheep, goats, families, livelihoods. That protective instinct creates unbelievable courage. And courage in the animal kingdom is terrifying, especially when combined with size, strength, and experience. This is why so many people underestimate livestock guardian dogs. They aren't pets in the traditional sense. They are defenders, living security systems created over centuries. And wolves know it. One animal was perfected for hunting. The other was perfected for resistance. And when those instincts collide, nature creates one of the most intense standoffs imaginable.
So, who wins? The wolf or the Kangal? The answer depends on one thing: context. A lone wolf facing a fully grown Kangal may decide the risk simply isn't worth it. A pack of wolves? That becomes far more dangerous. In pure wild survival instincts, wolves are superior hunters. But in defensive combat, the Kangal is one of the most formidable dogs ever bred. And maybe that's what makes this matchup so fascinating. Because this isn't just predator versus dog. It's nature versus protection. Hunter versus guardian. Fear versus courage. And in the freezing silence of the wilderness, those encounters still happen to this day. One animal trying to take, another refusing to allow it. And somewhere in the darkness, only one side walks away victorious. But maybe the scariest part of this entire battle is realizing that these encounters are not ancient history. Right now, somewhere in the mountains, somewhere in freezing forests, somewhere under a moonlit sky, a wolf is watching, and a Kangal is standing guard. No cameras, no audience, no dramatic music, just instinct, pure survival. Imagine hearing distant growls in complete darkness, then watching a massive guardian dog slowly walk forward alone, knowing that if it loses, everything behind it dies. That level of courage is hard to comprehend. And maybe that's why people around the world are obsessed with Kangals, because they represent something primal: fearlessness, loyalty, protection. Meanwhile, the wolf represents the untamed side of nature: silent,
intelligent, merciless. One fights because it's hungry. The other fights because something innocent depends on it. That's what makes this matchup feel less like an animal fight and more like a clash between two ancient forces, the hunter and the protector. And honestly, that's why there may never be a true winner, because both animals are masterpieces of survival. But now, I want to hear your opinion. If a fully grown wolf faced a fully grown Kangal, who do you think walks away victorious? The wolf or the guardian beast? Comment your answer below right now. And if this video reaches 50,000 likes, we'll make the next battle even crazier. Kangal versus hyena, wolf versus Tibetan mastiff, or even Kangal versus lion. So hit that like button if you want to see more brutal wildlife battles. Subscribe and join the pack, because this channel dives deeper into the animal kingdom than almost anyone else on YouTube. And trust me, the next battle is absolutely insane. Until next time, stay curious, stay wild, and never underestimate what nature creates when survival is the